Hello, and welcome to the very first video of Ad Campaign Watchdog. The mission of this channel will be to shed light on blatant lies that are perpetuated by the presidential campaigns as Barack Obama and Mitt Romney make the best case they can to become the President of the United States for the next 4 years. This site will be the joint effort of myself and others with the goal of having a permanent record where curious voters can reference current political, television, and internet advertising to make informed decisions based on facts. The benefit of this channel to its viewers will be an honest appraisal of advertising, as well as the contributors' analysis of the advertisement, explaining in detail where the candidate deviated from the path of truth. It is unfortunate that, historically speaking anyway, negative political ads have been effective even after they've been shown to be outright lies about the opponent they're criticizing. Excuse me. However, the technological landscape has undergone a rapid transformation over the past 4 years as more and more people turn to the internet and to their smartphones for information. This is where you come in. Perpetuating lies about a candidate's policy or actions hurts the entire political process, in my opinion. It's up to you to call out the unscrupulous behaviors of political campaigns, no matter who they are in favor of, and post these offenses on social media websites and fire up your own video cameras to add your 2 cents to the opinion jar. Together we can succeed. A note about the videos you'll be watching on this channel. All videos here could contain public as well as copyrighted materials. Use of all the materials in these videos is considered fair use by the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. If you submit videos to ACW, please ensure that you use content relevant to the critique of public discourse, especially the election. The first video for review is the new ad by Mitt Romney entitled "Give Me a Break," which was added by the Romney campaign's channel earlier this month. Let's watch.
As the economy gets worse, Barack Obama calls on Bill Clinton to help his failing campaign.
It's about which candidate is more likely to return us to full employment.
He's a good soldier, helping his party's president. But what did Bill Clinton say about Barack Obama in 2008?
Give me a break. This whole thing is the biggest fairy tale I've ever seen.
23 million Americans struggling for work, a middle class falling further behind.
Give me a break.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.
Now, in this ad, we have the speaker talking about the economy and how the most conservative newspaper in the country believes it to be even worse. What it was even worse than, however, remained a mystery. There was then a 2-second shot of Bill Clinton speaking in one of President Obama's campaign videos, and the speaker called President Clinton a good soldier. This was obviously a derisive attempt to direct voters to recall President Clinton's prior military service. In 1992, the Bush campaign had gained ground with the issue. The Romney camp has apparently taken the strategic course of any help we can get is good help. I can't say that I blame them with ads like this. The speaker then said, "But what did Bill Clinton say about Barack Obama back in 2008? The ad then changed to a clip of Bill Clinton speaking from the campaign trail of his wife Hillary in 2008. The ridiculous aspect of the inclusion of this particular clip is that the ad is talking about the economy. The remarks that Bill Clinton made in 2008 at this rally were specifically regarding the war in Iraq and the context of the voting record of Barack Obama.
One of the things that Senator Obama talks about a lot is judgment, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the recent criticism of Mark Penn, who's Hillary's chief strategist, who's been criticized for being somewhat out of touch with reality. For instance, he'd circulated a memo about Iowa saying, "Where's the bounce?" And the next day, there was a 12-point jump for Obama.
Yeah, he was wrong about that because the bounce always occurs on the second day, not the first day. It always occurs on the second day, not the first day. But since you raised the judgment issue, let's go over this again. That is the central argument for his campaign. It doesn't matter that I started running for president less than a year after I got to the Senate from the Illinois State Senate. I am a great speaker and a charismatic figure, and I'm the only one that had the judgment to oppose this war from the beginning, always, always, always. First, it is factually not true that everybody that supported that resolution supported Bush attacking Iraq before the UN inspectors were true. Chuck Hagel was one of the co-authors of that resolution, the only Republican senator that always opposed the war, every day from the get-go. He authored a resolution to say that Bush could go to war only if they didn't cooperate with the inspectors, and he was assured personally by Condi Rice, as many of the other senators were. So first, the case is wrong that way. Second, it is wrong that Senator Obama got to go through 15 debates trumpeting his superior judgment and how he had been against the war in every year, enumerating the years, and never got asked one time, not once. Well, how could you say that when you said in 2004 you didn't know how you would have voted on the resolution? You said in 2004 there was no difference between you and George Bush on the war, and you took that speech you're now running on off your website in 2004, and there's no difference in your voting record and Hillary's ever since. Give me a break. This whole thing is the biggest fairy tale I've ever seen. I've heard, so you can talk about Mark Penn all you want. What did you think about the Obama thing, calling Hillary the senator from Punjab? Did you like that? Or what about the Obama handout that was covered up, the press never reported on, implying that I was a crook? Scouring me, scathing criticism over my financial reports. Ken Starr spent $70 million and indicted innocent people to find out that I wouldn't take a nickel to see the cow jump over the moon. So you can take a shot at Mark Penn if you want. It wasn't his best day. He was hurt. He felt badly. We didn't do better in Iowa. But, you know, the idea that one of these campaigns is positive and the other is negative, when I know the reverse is true and I have seen it and I have been blistered by it for months, is a little tough to take. Just because of the sanitizing coverage that's in the media doesn't mean the facts aren't out there.
Well, as you can see, the economy was neither the subject of the question, nor was it an aspect of the response. Nothing in Bill Clinton's comments could have been even loosely interpreted as referring to the economy. These simple facts are in conflict with the context of the entire advertisement. Well, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the first installment of the Ad Campaign Watchdog channel. Check back for more videos dissecting the truthiness of this cycle's television and internet ads. Please subscribe, tell your friends, like and comment, and as always, say true things, especially when it hurts. Take care.